So in a previous video on Blackboard, we covered how to export content from one course and import that content into another course. And that's a really great tool for moving lots of content at once. There's one downfall though when we export and import, and I'm going to show you that downfall by giving you a quick example. We're going to hop into Packages and Utilities, Export Archive Course. We're going to export a package on this course. And you can see here that while I can select everything that is in this left-hand navigation panel, I cannot select individual items within that. That means that when we export something from a course, we are going to move everything from Term 1 colonization and Term 2 pre-rev into our other course when we import it. And oftentimes that's great, but sometimes that doesn't fit the need that we have. So we have another process where we are copying and moving things between courses. So I'm going to imagine here that I'm moving some work from Mrs. Natter's U.S. History 8 course into my course, Brian's Sandbox, into my U.S. History Term 1 area of the course. Now this is a lot more steps along the way, but you can get much more granular with what you move. So the first thing you need to know is that you need to be a teacher in both courses to copy content from one course to the other. Here you can see that I am enrolled as a teacher in this course. Then I'm going to click the Edit button on the item or page or link or folder that I wish to move. And I get options for copy, move, and delete. Copy will make an exact copy in the new course in exactly the place where I tell it to go. So here's how that looks. Copy. I pick the course, and I've got a few of them. There it is. Now, where do I want that to go in the course? I click Browse. I'd like it to go into my U.S. History Term 1 section in the folder called Colonization. I leave everything set as it is, and I click Submit. And that will copy this specific item over to my other course. Let's go take a look and see if that happened. So there you can see it. Now they're not linked in any way. This is an exact copy of the one that's in the other course. But if I were to make changes here, it will not impact them here. Let's look at one other option, Move. So Move looks exactly the same where I can move it into that course, but it's actually going to take it out of my initial course and place it in my new course, leaving a vacancy or hole in this course. Sometimes that's useful, but often in the case where you're moving files from one course to another course, you obviously would use copy. And then finally, being aware that delete truly means delete. When you get into this area, if I were to select delete and try to move it, it would actually wipe it out of both courses and it wouldn't appear anywhere else. And it is not easy to get back. In fact, it's very difficult to get them back. So stay away from delete unless you're sure you want to move it away. So moving large chunks of information, everything that's in Term 1, Term 2, Term 3 is best done with import and export commands. Moving individual files between is best done through copy. And in the event that you like most of what's in Term 2, but you don't want everything that's there, you could export Term 2 pre-revolution over to your new course, and then in the new course, delete the items that you don't want to use, and that would probably be the most efficient way to move content across both courses without having to move every single item between those courses one by one. So those are just some tips for moving content between courses or copying content between courses.